The long-awaited Gearbox Pro Power Paddles are here, weighing in at 7.8 ounces for the Fusion and 8 ounces for the Elongated. The paddles feature TXR Surface Grip technology on the face, but the big story here is the SSTCore, delivering power like you've never seen. This isn't a sales pitch, this thing is powerful. Tiff, I don't know where to start with these. They are unlike anything I have ever hit with. Please start us off.
Yeah, like you said, unlike anything. From the first contact with the ball, I was shocked with how much power, without much of a swing, it was just flying off the paddle face. The Fusion, plenty of power. Then I started hitting with the Elongated and unrivaled amounts of power from that paddle right there. And I know that you're not actually a guy who goes after people, but I did hear you got someone. I
did. I played with somebody who I always play with, and they always get out of the way of the ball, but I actually hit them with this paddle, and I felt terrible. This paddle is just so powerful. It's the biggest story. It's so noticeable. It's like, we've tested a lot of paddles, and there's slight variances between, everything, control-wise, maneuverability, all that stuff, but these really feel like a leap in innovation, so I commend Gearbox in that regard. Now I want to talk about the twist weight. The twist weight on these I tested was about 4.4 on actually all 4 of the new Gearbox Pro paddles, which is a lot lower than most of the other paddles I've tested. So there's not a lot of forgiveness if you're going to hit out of the sweet spot. The paddle's going to twist quite a bit, especially considering the smaller grip. I felt like I was just not getting a lot of forgiveness, so the sweet spot was very small for me. Now I could put a overgrip on the grip to beef it out a little bit and get a little more stability, but that twist weight in general with these paddles was pretty low.
Yeah, I actually have a size of hand where I actually really liked that small grip size, so it was very comfortable for me. But I did too notice that outside of this sweet spot, which is actually really noticeable, you could definitely feel that rebound of the ball if you're hitting right in the sweet spot. I did notice if I was missing toward the edges that there was a little bit of a wobble there, so a little bit more firmness really did come in handy there. I have to say also, these aren't the thickest paddles. I tend to gravitate toward the 16 millimeter because I like the feel of those and I actually like the sound. I have to say these are surprisingly quiet for their thickness, and I really enjoyed that aspect.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've been liking the 15 millimeter paddle. I've been using 14 to 15. So these thinner paddles, it was kind of like, okay, what am I going to expect? But in the hand, they're very whippy, very maneuverable. Considering that twist weight, you are getting a lot of maneuverability in moving it from side to side. Now, if you are a fan of the previous CX line of Gearbox paddles, which I know a ton of people are, these do not play in any way, in my opinion, like those paddles. So if you're expecting like an upgrade in that regard, I would say you're going to experience a totally different sensation. What did you think?
Yeah, likewise. These are my favorite Gearbox paddles to date. I found these to be way more powerful. I have to say for my game though, they are a little too powerful, especially the elongated. I don't quite have the touch and the spin. There was good touch and feel, but I think where my game is, I just was having a little bit of harder time controlling the ball, and that's where I think that I favored the Pro Control series of this paddle.
Yeah, I loved the Fusion of the Power series because the Elongated is just crazy powerful. Not to mention you're losing a bit more on the forgiveness as well. But if I was going to look at the Pro series as a whole, I actually really enjoyed the Control Fusion. I felt like the Control series does a better job at really honing in the power, making it a bit more manageable. And as a paddle that I can see myself actually using, I think the Gearbox Pro Control Fusion is the best blend of everything.
I actually liked both of the Pro Control series, and I actually might like the Pro Control Elongated because I do like that extra little bit of leverage, and I was getting that extra tad bit of control from that series.
Now regarding sound, these are definitely quieter, so I love the direction that Gearbox is going in. You can hear the difference between the paddles here. When it comes to durability, we started to notice a little bit of wear on the edges on a couple of the paddles, but considering all the play that we've been putting on these paddles, I think they're holding up pretty well, which is true to the Gearbox nature for durability. Overall though, this was one of the more fun play tests. Like I said, just an innovative paddle, unlike anything else that's out there. Kind of fun, but kind of scary at the same time, just because there's so much power. Makes me consider wanting to wear eyewear at this point in the game, but yeah, it was a really fun play test.
Yeah, definitely a new experience, definitely stands out right from the first strike of the ball with these paddles. For more information about these Gearbox paddles or anything else pickleball related, please check us out at totalpickleball.com.